Check in with my people. Drop this one for the queens. Drop this one for the queens. This one for the queen. Protect the queen. Protect the queen. Protect the queen. Big salute. Big salute. Big salute. Big salute. Big salute to all my loved ones. Support goon. Support squad. Big salute to all my big old angels out there. Big salute, angels. And big salute to all the righteous revolutionaries. Let's go, righteous revolutionaries. Let's go. Big salute to everybody that's tuning in, tapping in for the first time. Make sure you like. If you're feeling any of this information that's been brought or presented here today, make sure you share. If you feel any of this information can be useful or educational to anybody, and make sure you off gate subscribe. Hit that subscribe button, top right. Make sure you hit that notification bell right next to it. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. And big salute to all the queens out there, all the righteous queens. I'm not talking about the ratchet queens. I'm talking about the righteous queens with the good spirit. Yeah, with the healing spirit, with the nurturing spirit, with the warrior spirit. Big salute, queens. This one is for the queens. This was also for the ancestors. So big salute to the queens and the ancestors. First today, we have a queen dropping some knowledge. We have a queen dropping some knowledge on y'all today. So without further ado, let's jump straight into it. This is a queen. Her name is Abigail Lucy Mary. So make sure you look for her on YouTube. Like, share, subscribe. I'm also a subscriber, and I've also liked. So without further ado, let's see what this queen has brought to present to us today. Disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer alert. Disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer alert. This is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Entertainment and educational purposes only. Let's go. This queen, the Bible before the Bible. Ooh, from Ethiopia to Europe. Let's see.
On the documents. Look, the binding, book binding in Ethiopia. The cover, wooden board cover, as you see. Everything is made at home. So, this is 15th century manuscripts. Sometimes, it's amazing that, people in the 15th century, were they, aware of color?
Real black nobles. Now, this 15th century, but this Bible made it through the stuff going on with the Pope and Constantine. Because when these folk went up there and heard what was going on, they say, uh-oh. They said, uh-oh, yeah, we got to hide this and we got to duck this off. That's why they built a church. They built a church underground. Yeah, when y'all do y'all research, y'all see what I'm talking about. The Orthodox Christian Church of Ethiopia. Yeah, yeah. Let's continue.
All the saints, even the Virgin, is painted black.
All the saints, the Virgin Mary, and baby Jesus.
Even today, we don't find such paintings in churches, all.
Now you could tell these pictures was drawn centuries ago. This don't look like nothing new. Yeah, this don't look like nothing new. They didn't use Crayola on these ones.
Always, a bright color, not black color. So it has to be studied very, very well, this type of documents. Look, even the evangelist, this is Matthew, and the harag or the decorations, all this, and as I told you at the beginning, piece of cloth to cover, it is cotton made. This is, homemade clothes. So they protect it not to be destroyed, the painting. So this technology, look, this different science. This is, in different.
Made of I think they said the paper is made of cotton and goat skin. Yeah, homemade. Yeah, so it won't be destroyed.
places, the full stops.
Destroyed over time due to aging. Because I'm pretty sure if they was to burn it, that should have probably burned up, man. Damn.
The title of the book, and the numbers, even, what we see today and in the 15th century, they are different. The transformation, it has already changed. So these are very important to study, as I told you, different disciplines. The languages, the language and linguistics, the paleography, the calligraphy, the paleography. Look, the position of these, all the ma and the sa, all these, the ha, all these are completely different from today's, Ethiopian language. So this is very important for paleographical study, very important for art history, very important, as I told you, for sociology and anthropology. So that is why this is a mining house. That is why I say that this is a mining house where we can dig, a lot of information from all these original sources. So this is very important manuscript, and then it is restored by an Italian expert, Carla Zanotti, almost 8 years ago. So this is one of our documents. As I told you, this is, of course, this is religious, as I told you, but it has also another information here, as I told you, colophons or marginal notes. This is, for example, this is Asmat prayer. Asmat prayer. So to protect the owner of the book from different things, or to protect his animals not to be eaten by wild animals like hyena. Huh?
Sound like a spell or some magic to me, don't it? Ah, in the Bible. Ah, my Quran, it give you protection words too. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They call it.
Does your King James version do that? Does it give you any type of protection? Leave me a comment below. Let me know.
Must agert. Look this, harag or decorative design. So this is the beginning of another book, that is the book of Mark, the evangelist Mark. So in every chapter, they design or they put such harags to indicate where it begins the other book. So this is it. If we see, and if we see this type of manuscript, as I told you, there are so much concerned about these documents, about this.
Now, these, when you hear us reference the Quran, the Gospel, and the Torah, these are the Gospels, aka Bibles. The original name is the Gospels, written by Jesus. Oh, I don't know if it's written by Jesus, but yeah, the Gospels.
Very valuable materials. They cover it first with, as I told you, it is covered with wood, and the wood is covered by another, soft leather, and even for decoration. Look, it is covered inside. It is wood. After the wood, there is a cover of cloth. These clothes also one has to study. As the clothes which we have seen in this book and this are completely different. It shows that this is earlier and this is later. So this was imported, clothes. So which type of clothes from which place, that will indicate, And then this is, we call it Morocco leather, or the Tambe leather, because it is soft, to cover it. And then all the design, look here, this is a cross, this is a cross. All the design was designed by the scribe. It has its own, the scribe has his own instruments for making all these, designs, decorations, and even, the binding materials, complete material. From skin, that means from the skin of a goat, to a book, They have complete, materials for making them. Not only these decorative materials, writing materials. Not only the writing materials. The, the inks, different types of inks. They prepare themselves in the local area from soil, plants, leaves, fruits, and
Nature. Nature.
different types of materials.
Nature preserves facts.
The colors they want, whether it be yellow.
Just like all that makeup that women be wearing. Why their faces be looking so toe up after they wipe that makeup off? Now, see if they use the organic makeup, you won't have to worry about all that. But all that makeup with them chemicals in it, just eating them girls' faces up. That's how when they take it off, they be so disgusted with they look. They gotta put some more on. And cake, makeup, face cake.
Green, red, they can make it. So all these are prepared in the local area. This is late 17th century manuscript, as you see. This manuscript is also printed, and covered with this piece of cloth. This is Saint Raphael, not Raphael, Raphael, yes, Saint Raphael. These are, the lives of different, good men.
Raphael was the slayer.
Protected by, Raphael, and he's holding them in his wings. These are two wings, So, and look, the difference between this harag and the previous harag. So the style, the painting, the decorative design and illuminations, they have their own style in every century, so that one can study.
Lunchtime. Oh, let me show y'all what we got right quick. Excuse the interruption. Let me show y'all what we got for lunch. Real quick. Because I know y'all like, man, Cuddy, what you doing? Fufu with green soup. I ain't gonna hold it over my laptop. I'm gonna mess something up. Let's get back to it. Let go. I'm sorry, y'all. Let go.
These different styles, different. Look, this is King David. The servants are standing by, and then
King David, another slayer, another killer, a righteous killer for God.
Not only that, they have, what we call it, chira, to protect flies from the king. They hold here, and look, not only they hold, the chiras, but they have combs in their hair, hairstyle. Look, they have combs,
Pigs.
and the crown of the king, typically Ethiopia.
Picks in their head with staffs in their hand. Ain't that something? Now, see what that would have been today. Look. Come on now.
Type of crown. And debab, we call it, this debab is big umbrella and seated king. So as I told you, look how they dressed, so this is very important for sociology and anthropology, to study them. And this is a saint, look the difference between this clothes and that clothes, This type of clothes were not prepared in Ethiopia. There were no industries at that time. So these are imported clothes. So from which? From East, from West, from Europe, from where? So it will lead you, or it makes you to do a research on these different materials. As I told you, these are very important for different studies. For example, if we see here, these are two religious fathers, That no, Ethiopian. There is also two schools of thought in Ethiopian. So Abuna Eustathios and Abuna Teklaimanot are the two religious fathers of these two schools. So the followers.
Okay, we're gonna leave that one right there. Yeah, so y'all make sure y'all go research this Ethiopian Bible. And after y'all do y'all due diligence and do y'all research, come back and let me know. Leave me a comment what you think or what you did you find. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now next we gonna talk about the queens. Yeah, this one for the queens right here. You know, this is dedicated to the queens and ancestors. So the last video was the queen presenting us some valuable information. This one, we're gonna talk about some warrior queens who rule with power. Yeah, disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer alert. This is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Entertainment and educational purposes only. Let's go.
What are you told about women in ancient African history? Perhaps they are said to take care of the house and their families. But this is not even a fraction of the truth. On digging into ancient African history, we come to know about the role of women as most powerful queens, leading armies, resisting colonial rules, and running empires as the sole guardian. Pay attention, because when they were queens, it did not mean being the wife of the king, but being the only possessor of supreme power. But who are these women? When did they live, and what role do they play? Welcome to a new episode of Black Culture Diary, a channel where we talk about less known and hidden Black history, culture, arts, and lost civilization. We scrutinize history here to bring the Black culture back on the surface again. I just want to say to those who have joined our community, thank you for the support. We encourage you to join our community in supporting and building a strong Black history education medium. In this episode, your understanding of women's role in ancient African civilizations will be changed. Let's get started. Number 1. Queen Ranavalona I. In 1828, Queen Ranavalona I became the ruler of the Kingdom of Madagascar after her husband and cousin, Radamavurst, passed away. She held the position of queen for an impressive 33 years. During her reign, she implemented a policy of isolating her kingdom from European powers and promoting self-sufficiency. This is quite unbelievable because countries are following these policies to this day. She wanted to reduce economic and political dependencies on foreign nations. Not only that, but she knew how to resist and defend her kingdom. In 1832, she successfully defended her territory against a French attack on the coastal town of Foul Point.
Strong, brilliant Black woman. Ooh.
To maintain her independence, Queen Ranavalona also banned the practice of Christianity among the Malagasy population, which resulted in most foreigners leaving Madagascar within a year. On August 16, 1861, Queen...
Now, I also heard a story about this queen that when the first missionaries came, shit, she slaughtered them and threw them off the cliff, off some mountain out there. Yeah, she ain't play. Yeah, she ain't play.
Queen Ranavalona peacefully passed away in her sleep.
And the reason they did them like this because they heard how they did the people during their crusades. We the only ones don't know about the crusades. See, back then they knew how the Christians was doing people during the crusades, so they didn't give them a chance. They knew how the Christians was slaughtering, mass executing all the other people. Yeah, yeah, the Roman Catholics, ooh, bloodthirsty.
To honor her memory, the population slaughtered 12,000 cattle, and the meat was distributed among the people. The official mourning period lasted for 9 months. Although Queen Ranavalona I was traditionally portrayed as a cruel tyrant, modern historians now recognize her as a shrewd politician who effectively safeguarded the political and cultural sovereignty of her nation from European encroachment. Her name, Ranavalona, means foremost of noble women. Number 2, female pharaoh of Egypt, Hatshepsut. Hatshepsut ruled Egypt as a pharaoh from 1473 to 1458 BC. Her reign was relatively peaceful, and she embarked on an impressive construction campaign, including the renowned temple at Luxor. Hatshepsut also led a successful sea expedition to the land of Punt, which is situated in present-day Eritrea and Ethiopia. but a woman ascending the Egyptian throne was rather uncommon. Despite this, she knew how to rule, using her full authority as a pharaoh, rather than being merely the wife of a male king. She even adopted a full throne name and had statues depicting her as a male king, complete with a beard. Number 3. Queen Amina. Queen Amina was born in 1533 and played a significant role according to historical records. Her mother, Queen Bakwa Turunku, reigned over Zaria, which is now a major city in present-day Kaduna State, northern Nigeria. It should be noted that Amina's family was prosperous due to their involvement in trade, and she developed her military skills by serving with the Zazao cavalry. Yes, this is what women were capable of doing even hundreds of years ago in Africa. Amina's exceptional abilities and noble lineage led her to become the leader of the Zazao cavalry, earning wealth and numerous military honors. But when Amina assumed the throne of Zazao, she had already established herself as a formidable warrior, earning the respect of the kingdom's military. During her reign, it was believed that gender did not limit a person's potential for holding positions of power, and Amina exemplified this belief. Shortly after becoming queen, she led her first military charge, and for the majority of her 34-year reign, she expanded her kingdom with an army of 20,000 men. Amina aimed to conquer several neighboring cities such as Kano and Katsina, ensuring prosperity for Zazao through her conquests. Before we continue further, tell us, are you enjoying the video? If yes, please like and share the video and subscribe to our channel to watch more videos on Black culture, history, civilization, and identity. Let's continue now.
Hit that watermark.
Number 4. Candace Amanirenas. The title Candace or Candace was given by Europeans to queens or empresses of Ethiopia. These women were often regarded as wives of the gods or even as living gods themselves. And the story of Candace Amanirenas remains prominent despite some later historical uncertainties. According to legend, when King Alexander the Great sought to conquer her land in 332 BC, Amanirenas strategically organized her army and confronted him while riding a war elephant. After assessing the strength of her army,
Ran up on Alexander the Great, head up on the war elephant. Yeah, one thing we know about history when we hear about Alexander the Great, he was scared of the war elephants, and I think he was even scared of the women too.
Alexander chose to withdraw from Nubia and turned his attention toward Egypt instead.
Yeah.
This single event proves how brave Amanirenas was and how she led a powerful army that could resist all attacks. Number 5. Queen Nzinga of Angola. Queen Nzinga is widely recognized as one of Africa's most respected female rulers who bravely fought against European colonization. Together with her ally Bandi, she waged an unwavering war against the Portuguese in Angola for an impressive 4 decades, from the 1620s to the 1660s. Doing a feat like that for a queen was rather remarkable because during that time, many local kingdoms had already surrendered. But Queen Nzinga was unmatched in her skills as a negotiator and military strategist. She played a crucial role in significantly limiting the Portuguese colony in Luanda, which is present-day Angola, to a small area. It should be noted that Nzinga had 3 main policy objectives. First, she aimed to end the conflict between the Portuguese and her people, which devastated the plateau of Luanda. Second, she sought diplomatic recognition from the Portuguese, similar to what had been granted to the Kingdom of Congo. Lastly, Nzinga aimed to establish a mutually beneficial and prosperous trading relationship between Luanda and European powers. Impressively, formulating such policies and getting them followed was truly phenomenal. Number 6. Queen Makeda. Now let's turn our attention to ancient Ethiopia, a nation that emerged around 960 BC, ruled by majestic Queen Makeda, better known as the Queen of Sheba. According to legend, she was the beloved of King Solomon of Judea and renowned for her beauty and power. In the Old Testament of the Holy Bible, she is portrayed as a chaste and unnamed queen from the land of Sheba, who embarked on a journey to Israel to test King Solomon's wisdom with difficult questions. The queen was deeply impressed by Solomon's great wisdom and wealth, and she offered blessings to Solomon's deity. As the queen returned to her country, Makeda brought back a vast wealth, including 4.5 tons of gold, symbolizing her immense power and riches. She really was a beautiful and influential Black woman who converted to Judaism out of love for Solomon. It is believed that she and Solomon had a son named Menelik I, who later became the first emperor of Ethiopia and established the Solomonic dynasty. Number 7. Queen Yargoje. Queen Yargoje ruled Zamfara for 40 years from 1310 to 1350, which is in the present-day northwest Nigeria. She expanded and relocated the capital of the kingdom from Dusé to a strategically defensible area called Kwarinbani. This simple yet shrewd act shows how genius she was. She was the first daughter of Dhaka, the fifth king of Zamfara, held the title of queen, and also served as the head of the brewery court. This court represented a pre-Islamic mode of worship in parts of Hausa land. During her reign, female chiefs were appointed for the first time in the kingdom. Queen Yargoji surrounded herself with these female chiefs, who were previously unknown. Notably, her reign was characterized by peace, prosperity, and remarkable achievements. Number 8, Queen Poku. Shifting our focus to the 18th century, we encounter Queen Poku, an Ashanti ruler of the Bal people. Queen Poku was born between 1700 and 1720 into the royal family of the powerful Ose Tutu, the founder of the Ashanti kingdom. In the Ashanti succession, the mother's identity held more significance.
Y'all see all that gold they got? That's that real gold. That's that pure 24 karat gold. You see gold in America don't look nothing like that. That's because they got cut on it. Now when you see these folk in Ghana with their gold, that's that pure. That's that shit. That's that pure. That's what the wars and conflicts is fought over. Yeah.
Than the fathers, since the throne followed a matrilineal system. Poku's importance for succession lay in the fact that the royal heir had to be a child of the king's sister or niece. Queen Poku eventually made the difficult decision to leave Kumasi and establish a new kingdom. She invited other Ashanti families who desired.
That's the city in Ghana that's close to Burkina, Kumasi.
To leave to join her. Together, they embarked on a westward journey, facing treacherous terrains, dangerous animals, and illnesses. After months of challenging travel, they arrived at the banks of the Como River. Faced with a wide and impassable torrent with no shallow crossings or places for canoes, Poku and her followers believed they had to make a sacrifice to appease the river spirits. Initially considering sacrificing a sick woman and her baby, Poku ultimately decided that nothing less than her own son would satisfy the river spirit. With a heavy heart, she threw her only child into the waters of the Como. This event showed how she could lead and sacrifice everything in her power. Number 9, Queen Nefertiti. Nefertiti was married to Pharaoh Akhenaten and reigned alongside him from around 1353 to 1336 BC. She is famously known for her beauty, which is what her name signifies. Nefertiti and Akhenaten established the court of Aton, a place of worship dedicated to the sun god. They also promoted a new and distinct style of Egyptian art that differed greatly from previous artistic traditions. But Nefertiti holds a special place in Egyptian history and is considered an iconic symbol of the country. She was often referred to as the ruler of the Nile and was believed to have divine ancestry, being seen as a daughter of the gods. Therefore, Nefertiti wielded immense power and is thought to have held a status equal to that of the pharaoh himself. Alongside her husband, she participated in the worship of Aton and held the revered position of a priest attending to the god. This elevated status is highlighted in depictions of her on temple walls, where she is often portrayed as the same size as the pharaoh himself. However, after 12 years of prominence, Nefertiti mysteriously disappears from historical records, leaving behind unanswered questions and fueling speculation and debates regarding the circumstances of her vanishing. Number 10, Queen Idia. Queen Idia was the mother of Esigie, who became the influential king of Benin from 1504 to 1550 in what is now southern Nigeria. It's less known that Queen Idia played a pivotal role in her son's ascent to power and actively supported him during his reign. Perhaps without her, he would have never gotten the throne. Not only that, but Idia was renowned for her remarkable warrior skills and fought relentlessly before and during Esigie's rule. When her husband, Oba Ozolua, passed away, leaving behind two powerful sons contending for the throne, Esigie controlled Benin City, while another son, Aruan, held influence in the important city of Udo, located about 30 kilometers away. Idia rallied an army to support Esigie in the region of Unwam, near the Ose River, leading to the defeat of Aruan and securing Esigie's position as the 16th king of the Benin Kingdom. Subsequently, the Never Sindagala people launched a campaign to regain control of Benin's northern territories. With Queen Idia's support and her knowledge of medicinal practices, she played a vital role in achieving victories for the kingdom. In recognition of her significant contributions, Idia became the first queen mother of Benin, holding the esteemed title of Iyo Oba. Esigi built a palace specifically for her as a queen mother. Did you earlier know about these African queens?
Yeah, we're gonna stop it right there for the queens, for the queens. And this is a special video I want to show y'all. Do y'all know about Manna? Oh, let's go back to this queen right
Of
here.
the creator. All right.
Let's see, what do the people of Angola say about the manna? The manna that falls from heaven? I don't think it falls in South America. I don't even think it falls in America. Not unless we just don't know about it. But like the good words say, when our ancestors was marching through the desert and they didn't have nothing to eat,
of Angola.
God provided them with manna and quails. The quails are the guinea fowls. Yeah, guinea fowls.
Manna has been falling in this drought-stricken area since 1945.
Disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer alert. This is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Entertainment and educational purposes only. Let's go.
And we praise God for providing to His people.
We have always had a poor harvest in this area, but God has always provided for His people. My sister can testify that they survived on manna when times were hard at the Number Adventist Mission. Until today, people are still eating it.
Curiosity killed the cat, and so Sid Media's director, Noel Sibanda, visited the area in the southern part of Angola to get the first-hand information. And as they say, the proof of the pudding is in the eating.
Here we are at Nama Adventist Mission Station. We came, we saw, we smelled, we touched, and now I'm testing for the third time just to convince you that indeed this is manna from heaven. The taste, I can't describe it. It tastes of everything that I've ever eaten that is so good.
I've also come to taste the manna, and I can't really describe how it tastes like. It is like honey, like it's like a cake. I really don't have words to describe how it tastes like. Exactly, I don't know how to describe it. I just know that it's white and it's sweet, but the real taste, I can't have anything to compare with.
This story of number, I've been just reading it in Storytime in Africa book. I taught my kids when they were growing with that story. And when we heard that, when the
They were falling every day except on Sabbath. And this manna has been falling
That's all.
these days.
Oh, hold on. Start with
And found some things that looked like were bread but white. And she met two men who said, "Take and eat." She ate and carried some back home. And when the parents saw her, they said, "What is it you are having in your hands?" She says, "I don't know, but I've eaten." They said, "Don't eat, throw." She said, "I've already eaten. The men that I met told me to eat." And they went to look for the men. They were not there. Those two men disappeared. And the people went and picked the manna and ate. And they were falling every day except on Sabbath.
except on the
And
Sabbath.
this manna has been falling.
The Sabbath is the Feast of Tabernacles. Yeah.
These days. It falls Wednesdays and Fridays. if it's not raining. Unfortunately, today, when we came, it rained in the night. But manna fell. We still managed to find a bit of it, and as evidence that it was there.
Don't have words to describe how I feel now. I can actually quote what another pastor said.
I thought we were gonna see it in his hand.
The falling of manna has to do with the believers also around.
Okay, there you go.
Bitter.
The falling of manna has to do with the believers also around. If in this congregation, one of the believers is not walking well with God, the manna that will fall that week will be bitter.
Ah,
Your Majesties.
the manna. Yeah, the manna. The manna from heaven. Oh, where is it? There you go. This is what I look like up close. Hold on.
Hey guys, just
Disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer. This is for entertainment, educational purposes only. Entertainment, educational purposes only. Let's go.
doing a couple different videos of this manna. This fell at Fred Williams' house, manifested, and you can see the beautiful bluish purple glory sparkles on the bread, and it's very sweet. It tastes kind of like honey and gives you energy. I mean, why wouldn't something from heaven give you energy, right?
Yeah,
And
I need some of that.
thank you, Lord, for the food from heaven. Thank you, Lord, for the number 222.
Yeah, I need some of that. So there you have it, y'all. Hope y'all learned something today. Um, if you want to dispute or say that, oh, Cuddy, you bringing us bullshit, or tell me where you can dispute this at. Give me your reference. You know. So make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. Make sure you like if you was feeling this information today. Make sure you share it if you feel any of this information can be useful for anybody. And make sure you subscribe. Yeah, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. And make sure y'all leave me y'all reaction, y'all comments below. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know where I can find some more information that ain't nobody else sharing. Who else is talking about manna on the internet? Well, who else in our circles is talking about manna? I already showed you the pictures of the guinea fowls. Those are the fowls that was eaten with the manna. Fowls and bread. You know, we got gemstones. Moses' staff was made out of wood and sapphire. What did it say? Almond wood and sapphire. That sound like it was melted together. So if I ain't being blessed, or if we're in Africa not being blessed by God Himself, what else could it be? Because it seems like it's a lot of truth that's still here that's being uncovered. That them powers that be, they trying to get rid of, but they just can't. They just can't. They trying though. So big salute everybody. I love y'all, man. Make sure y'all leave me y'all comments. Make sure you like. Make sure you share. Make sure you subscribe. And make sure reaction, reaction, reaction. Yeah. Salute, salute, salute. This was for the ancestors. Protect the queen. We need to get us some manna to eat. Yeah, would you eat the manna? Yeah, I would. I damn sure would. Hell yeah. Love y'all, man. Salute. Stay tuned. Aye.